This is a collective message that I channeled this morning and I've written it down. I think it's pretty good. And this is about the spiritual journey and what happens when we start walking this journey and we start to question everything, right? And sometimes that can go too far where we are doubting ourselves and our intuition and everything because we don't know what's real or what's fake anymore. We just start spiraling out. And when we start learning about our intuition, we start questioning our intuition. Is this real? Is this an illusion? Is this the truth, or is this just what I'm projecting? Is this what my ego is projecting onto the situation? What is truth? What's not? And we can really start spiraling out. And in on this journey, we get told to journal and to do the processes and to analyze ourselves and to figure out the lesson, journal about it, write about it, figure it out. And for me, that didn't work for me. So journaling helps everyone in their own way. Like, journaling definitely helped me, but it's not the be all end all. And when we journal, we attach to these questioning thoughts of like what's real and what's not, and we start attaching to them, and then we spiral out in them instead of just letting it come and letting it go and letting life unfold. And this is just how I experienced journaling. Like, it's helped me a lot, but it's helpful, but not everything. And you cannot figure out everything through journaling or through anything. You can't figure out everything. If that's what you're trying to do, forget it, because it's not going to work. And there's just things you're not meant to figure out right now. There's things you're not meant to figure out ever. That is the message. And you don't have to figure it out. You're actually not meant to. Can you just trust that you don't have to figure it all out and it will just happen the way it's meant to? That this thought that is coming in, this questioning thought that all these questioning thoughts that come up when you're on this spiritual journey, this self-awareness journey, the personal development journey, when you start learning about who you are and what you want, when you start questioning these thoughts that come in, can you just trust that they're coming in for a reason, that it might be here to teach you something about yourself, but then you can just let it go and keep on going and just keep on living instead of getting stuck in that journal and writing and writing and writing for days. Like, I have a gazillion journals. Like, I just went way too hard with it. And journaling has kept me stuck in thoughts of fear and anxiety and depression and all my insecurities and fears and doubts. I was stuck in them for such a long time because I wasn't able to move past them, because I got attached to them, because I was writing them down all day long. So I wasn't actually able to move out of it. And this is the tricky thing about shadow work and learning about your ego and learning about your shadows and your fears and your traumas and all that, and you write it out. Like, that's great, but we can't get stuck there where you're just writing over and over and over again, because you can get stuck. And when we start going down this self-awareness journey, we think the end goal is that we'll be conscious and aware all the time, that we'll act in the right way all the time, that we'll handle the situation in the right way every time, that we won't let our ego, we won't let our fear take over, we will always be in the driver's seat, and we will always be acting consciously and acting perfect. And we will be perfect in our reaction to things, we will be perfect in our reactions to everyone around us because of all this work, all this shadow work that we've done. We won't let our shadows ever come up again because we're always in control. And the message is, walking this path of being conscious and being aware doesn't mean you need to be perfect, okay? Because we're not going to be perfect. We're human. Well, actually, we're not human, but this human experience is not meant to be perfect. And you're not going to be conscious and aware of yourself 100% of the time, and that's okay. That is actually not the goal. It's whenever you do fall off and act out of fear or act out of your ego or act unconsciously, you come back to being conscious. You come back to consciousness. You come back to self-awareness. But don't put this pressure on yourself, like I did, to be that all the time. Like, if you act out of fear and you act unconsciously, or you let that shadow come up, or you get angry at that person, or you lash out when you weren't meant to, or whatever, Don't sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm not doing the work. I need to journal more. I need to process more. I need to do more spiritual practices because I just acted out of fear. Like, I just acted unconsciously. Oh my God, how dare I? All this work was for nothing. This work wasn't enough because I just reacted in the same way. And I just threw all my work down the drain because I did something stupid. I did something that I've done before, and this self-awareness thing didn't work. But it's okay. And not enough people are saying that it's okay to act unconsciously, to not be 100% self-aware in the moment and make a mistake or do something stupid. It's okay. Don't regret it. Don't feel bad that you fell out of love and acted out of fear, that you weren't being spiritual enough, you weren't being aware of your shadows enough and you let them come up. It's okay. And for me, I just had all these thoughts coming up of just going like, I'm not spiritual enough because I just acted out of fear again. Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. This spiritual journey is so hard. But being spiritual does not mean being perfect. We are not meant to be acting perfect all the time, acting conscious all the time. It's okay to act out of fear because we learn from that, and it's all meant to happen. We're meant to fall unconscious so we can learn to come back to being conscious. We're meant to be unaware sometimes for us to learn how to be aware, how to be more aware next time. And if you're not aware the next time that something comes around and you repeat that cycle again, that's okay too. Not very often do we break a cycle by going through it once. This is the human experience. We go through it again and again and again. We keep learning the lesson over and over and over again. That is what being human is. And once we learn it, once we finally learnt the lesson, it won't come up into our experience anymore. It doesn't present itself in our reality anymore because we finally learnt it. But don't be stuck in that cycle if you do repeat the cycle accidentally, or you do act unconscious when you didn't want to be, when you wanted to act different but you didn't. It's okay. Don't go, oh my God, I did it again. I've done all this work and I still did the same thing. It's okay. Just give yourself a break. This is the message from Spirit this morning. Just give yourself a break. Stop being so hard on yourself. This journey is a hard journey to walk, and you should honor yourself for that. And that is the journey, to honor yourself and to show compassion for yourself as you're walking it, as you fuck up, as you make mistakes, as you fall back into old patterns and old cycles. Forgive yourself and keep going. Do not spiral and journal, because this is what my journaling was about, just ripping myself to shreds of how I couldn't get out of my cycle and couldn't get out of my bad patterning, but that actually just kept me more stuck. So it's all meant to happen this way. We're meant to act out of fear so we can love ourselves for doing that. So we can actually see why we acted out of fear in that moment and show compassion towards ourselves. Like, I understand why I lashed out at that person because of things that have happened to me in the past, and I show compassion to myself for that. I show love to myself for acting out of fear in that moment because I understand why I felt fear in that moment, and I allow myself to forgive myself and be okay that I acted unaware, unconsciously, out of fear. I might have been angry, I might have lashed out, I might have done the wrong thing, I might have made a mistake, but I forgive myself and I show compassion towards myself. That is what the journey is all about, is loving ourselves when we fall off the path, forgiving, and always coming back to love, back to love, back to love. It's not about being perfect, conscious, aware, in love constantly this entire journey as a human. It's not. It's just always about coming back when we fall off and showing compassion for ourselves when we do fall off. Stop giving yourself such a hard time. Stop analyzing yourself and let yourself be free in the flow of the human experience, the unconscious and the conscious, when you make mistakes and when you do the right thing. Stop trying to be better, trying to be more, trying to be in control, because you create your reality. Yes, but you don't control your reality, okay? You are co-creating with the divine. You can't control your manifestations and how they come in. You can't control exactly what, when, who, where for your things that you're wanting to manifest and bring into your life when you start walking this spiritual journey. The divine decides that. She decides how it comes in for you. You can't control that. And if you think you can, the universe will come in and humble you on that eventually, or it already has. But this is the time for you to let life unfold. We only want to be in control because we don't trust that we are held. We don't trust that everything's going to work out and everything's okay and the divine has our backs, and that everything's going to be okay. So we need to shift our perspective on that. We need to come to that awareness that we are held by the divine right now, today and always. We can trust her, we can trust our experience and whatever is coming up for you right now. Can we just trust it instead of trying to figure it out and analyze it and journal about it and rip it to shreds to see the lesson and the deeper meaning in it all? Can you just trust your experience and trust you're learning the lessons you're meant to learn in this moment, and you don't have to have it all figured out right now? Can you just trust that the divine, the universe, knows what's best for you more than you do sometimes? Well, actually always. Because she is your mother, the divine is your mother, God is your father, your creator knows your path, knows your journey, knows what's best for you, even when you don't, even when you think you know, right? It knows you so intimately because it is the one that created you. So trust that they know, and trust you are guided and exactly where you're meant to be in your life right now, and that it's not about being perfect and zen and spiritual and conscious and aware all the time. Show compassion to yourself when you're not. That's what this journey is about. This time is a test of faith. This is what we're going through right now on a collective level. We need to trust in the universe, have faith in the universe when we don't have the answers. So many of us right now are trying to figure it all out and getting nothing. And there's a reason for that, because that's the lesson. The lesson is to trust. Whatever you're going through right now, can you just trust that the divine is holding you through it? You can only have faith in the absence of knowing. You have to have the faith before you know. So you're not meant to know right now, because the whole lesson is for you to have faith. So you can't know what's about to happen right now, or maybe ever. Maybe this is being human. This is the journey. Can you just trust that this is all happening for a reason, but you don't need to know what that reason is, and you don't need to journal and figure it out and go all detective mode on it? That's the collective message. You don't need to know, because then we wouldn't learn the lesson of trusting in the universe. And that is the biggest lesson we could ever learn here. And once you learn that, you'll always feel free. Trust that the universe has your back, because when has it not? When has it not worked out? When were you ever in the wrong place at the wrong time? You weren't. You were exactly where you were supposed to be. You were in the right place in the right time always. I don't think I even believe in the idea of misalignment. You are always aligned. Even when your life is going to shit, you're aligned in that moment because that's what's meant to happen. And this is coming up for me in my life right now, and I believe you're all a reflection of me, so that's why this is coming up. Maybe you guys are going through this as well. But the universe is throwing me so much stuff right now, and I'm just trying to figure it all out. I'm trying to figure out why. And I'm realizing I'm not meant to. All I'm meant to do is just know that this is a test of faith, that I am meant to just sit back and trust and let life unfold the way it's meant to, because the divine is holding me always, just like it's holding you. So this is the message. Just trust. Stop analyzing. Stop intellectualizing. Stop journaling. Sorry if I'm the first one to tell you that. Cut it out. Just let life unfold. Let the divine hold you, because she is always holding you. You are exactly where you need to be. You are right on time. All of this is happening for a reason, and you don't need to know the reason. You're going to be okay. Okay? This is the message, and I love you.